I'm perplexed, I would say, about the situation in Canada. I've been thinking about it this morning. As you know, the court that we appealed the College of Psychologists' decision to decided that the college it's within the college's purview to stop me from having any political opinions, as far as I can tell.
Here is the ruling by the court. When individuals join a regulated profession, they do not lose their charter right to freedom of expression. At the same time, however, they take on obligations and must abide by the rules of their regulatory body that may limit their freedom of expression. The statement in itself seems contradictory. It appears the court might not have thoroughly reviewed or comprehended it before issuing it. Let's hear what Dr. Peterson has to say about this.
Those opinions involve two criticisms of Justin Trudeau, one criticism of his chief of staff, one criticism of an Ottawa city councillor, and then my objection on Joe Rogan to the climate apocalyptic fear-mongering that idiot tyrants are foisting on the general population. Now, apparently that makes me unprofessional and a disgrace to the profession, such that I am now going to be required, the college can go ahead with this, to put me into a re-education program with their so-called social media experts, and that's also, by the way, a profession that does not exist, until I learn my lesson, whatever that is, regardless of how much time that takes, by their judgment, or they can take my license away. And so the court says, well, of course you have freedom of speech, Dr. Peterson, but because you're a professional, you're bound by your professional organization. And apparently they're not bound, even though they're a government organization, fundamentally. Apparently they're not bound by that fundamental constitutional axiom. And so now there's part of me that's thinking, well, look, Peterson, the College of Psychologists is after you. You've taken it to court. Now the judges have decided that you're wrong. Maybe you're wrong. And I think, well, I expressed political sentiment and I'm actually informed. And so for the life of me, I can't see how I'm wrong. I think I have a responsibility to say what I think, and I think many people agree with that. And I think the fundamental consequence of that around the world has been massively beneficial to people. So I think, number one, what the hell? And number two, bring it on and see what happens. Because I will make absolutely every bit of this public in a way that the college and the courts can hardly even imagine.
This decision ordered Dr. Peterson, a registered member of a college authorized to practice clinical psychology, to complete a specified continuing education or remedial program regarding professionalism in public statements. This is quite amusing. The court is ordering one of the most articulate individuals alive to educate himself in professionalism for public speaking and statements. But what really made me laugh out loud is this. The order is not disciplinary and does not prevent Dr. Peterson from expressing himself on controversial topics. If he can still express himself on controversial topics, then why issue the order in the first place? Lastly, the court is ordering that Dr. Peterson cover the cost of the coaching. Shouldn't the institution be responsible for covering the cost since it's essentially a form of training? None of this makes sense to me, at least. It's no wonder that Dr. Peterson is planning to challenge this decision in the Supreme Court.